Yeah, boys. Yeah. We are ready now, yeah, we are ready, yo. Check your time to the lunchtime ready, yo. It's in a Chamvary, the lunchtime rota, my friend. Ango asi food, asinda toa coca, yeah. Takumbo spokwa nemi manzi, papo FM pane mari, ndoka pane mafanzi. My face name my baby, and mine and baba, yango wa happy. Hey, what up everybody? It's your boy T Guns. It's lunchtime radio, and right now you're listening to Chamvary, the lunchtime rocker on Power FM.
This is Center Stage with the latest and the hottest issues with Chamvary, brought to you by NMB Bank. NMB Bank, in pursuit of excellence.
Lord, we worship you. We worship you. Come on and bless him and bless him and bless him. Come on and bless him and bless him and bless him and bless him. Makana ka Jesu, ta 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 ta. Makana ka Jesu, simuta ruoko uchiti. Makana ka Jesu, unoche meiko. Unotambutika hauzi hele kuti kunemume wakafira iwe iye anoshikona cha 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 Jesu anoshikona shekutura mutoro wako unorema anoshikona uyaiti murumbite uyaiti murumbite iye anoshamisa ise Jesu uyaiti murumbite unotema tema unote aiwa watambutika hausihere kuti kunemume kutsenga unochemeiko unote aiwa watambutika Tinotenda baba, tinotenda baba, simota ruoko rwako, morobite mwana, tinotenda, aiwa Jesu tinotenda, 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 simota ruoko rwako, simota tinotenda. You are awesome, oh God. You are awesome, 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 awesome. As we lift
right now.
minutes. 29 minutes past 2 o'clock is our time right now, and welcome to another exciting episode of Center Stage. It comes through every Tuesday between 2 and 3 p.m. and each week we make sure that we get a popular guest into the studio, get to sit down with them and get to chop it up and get to talk about them, get to them to open up about themselves and get you to know more about them and what's going on in their lives and in their work. So this week we have Minister Michael Mahendere, and I have to say I have been trying to get this man in the studio for a very, very long time, and we got him in the studio today. So if you've been watching on the Facebook page, it's been very interesting, and I felt left out because I'm trying to sort out everything. And Minister got up and he started dancing. I'm like, wait, So I can also get up and dance, but I'm gonna try and do that later on. This is brought to us by NMB Bank. And did you know that with NMB Connect, you can pay your bills instantly to registered billers without moving an inch? Simply select bill payments, then pick your service provider in the categories of utility, insurance, telecommunication, fuel, hospital, airlines, retail, and real estate, just to name a few. Go ahead and pay your bills today on *241#, NMB Connect app, or NMB Connect online. You get a digitally stamped receipt every time you transact. NMB Connect, your digital bank. So good afternoon, Minister, and welcome to Center Stage.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
I love your energy. You know, for someone who's a minister, like we were probably thinking, you know, he's like very serious and chilled vibes. But you got up and then you what's that? You were dabbing. You were doing a lot of dances there.
Yeah, it depends with the mood. But you know, there's every reason to be happy, to be excited. You can't be stressed every time. You know?
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can't give room to that. So you create an environment that you want.
All right. So when it comes to dealing with pressures and stress, everyone has a coping mechanism. What's the timeline that you give yourself, Kuti? Beyond this, I cannot allow this stress or this pressure to go beyond hours, days. What is it?
I'm actually a bit complicated. It's an area that I've really looked into, where I don't want to waste time dealing with things that I cannot solve at that time. Ooh. So I've learned to shelve things. What I can solve, I solve. What I cannot solve, I ignore. You know, and I continue as me because I don't want to develop sickness and I become another problem. So most people, they entertain things that they cannot solve, and they also then create problems that they cannot solve. So I would rather keep me. When that thing is ready to be solved, it would solve itself. All right. Yeah, that's how it is.
I like that. I like your way of dealing with stress and frustrations and problems. And would you say, are you a happy person? Are you a cheerful person? Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? What kind of a person are you?
I don't know. I think I'm relaxed. You know, I don't panic. I'm also principled, and I think I'm a straightforward person. Yeah.
You tell it as it is.
Sometimes.
And in some moments where you don't, you just say, okay, let me leave it for now. It's not the right time.
It's sometimes it's not necessary. Yeah.
At what point did you discover that you could sing? At what age?
Okay, I'm born in a family of 7. 4 boys, 4 guys actually, and 3 ladies. You
always be boys. When you're boys, you're boys.
Yeah, you know? And so back then we used to, before we got to sleep, my parents would always call us together, and before we pray, we would always sing. They would always lead a song. My dad would always lead a song, and my mom, and then we all join in and we are all singing. And the sound that you would hear in that singing from, I think, when I was 5. It was so organized. So that's when I discovered that I am part of a musical family. You know, my brother Amos, Akim, Mishek, and my sisters, all of us, we sing.
Really?
Yeah, we sing. So that's when I discovered that even though I don't want to be part of this family, but I'm already part of this family, where music is an inborn thing.
And so when you would sing before going to bed, these prayer meetings that you'd have, family meetings that you'd have, at what point did the idea to become a group, the Mahendere brothers, come up?
I would say my father is the one who bought us an acoustic guitar, and Mahendere brothers was Amos, my elder brother's vision. That's why he was ahead, and he was the one who was leading that group. All the success that we had, all the victories that we had, it was because of Amos. And he's the one who had to put us together. He started writing songs and would then discover what we are also able to do. My brother Mishek, I would say, is the most gifted person in our family.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way do you say he's gifted?
He sings better than anyone. He plays anything. Yeah. He's a music producer right now in South Africa. So he would... He then started giving more flesh to what we wanted to do. And that's how I discovered myself. So in my brother's setup, I was at the making of music side, and I was a drummer as well. So I was at the background.
Okay. Yeah. And out of the group, how many were you in the group?
We were four. We
You
are
were
four
in the
brothers.
group.
Yeah.
And were you the youngest of the four brothers?
I'm the youngest of the four brothers.
All right.
Yeah.
And creatively, the older ones get to have their opinion. What was it like? Were you able to voice your opinion? Did they listen to you or be like, "Mfana, ngani boyite ishatruki taizuzu?" What was it like being in the band?
I think sometimes why took us we're gonna forget we are not brothers. Yeah, there was a lot of
Arguing.
Everyone, arguing. No, let's do this. No, let's do this.
Muna chidonza ne ugu-
Yeah. But at the end of it all, would bring something nice. Yeah.
Psalms 23 was the biggest Mahendere brothers
Sure,
hit.
sure.
And Nema Batch, it became a thing. It means Magwakoma no Nema Batch.
Yes.
And this song was the up-tempo, upbeat vibes that we then got to expect from the Mahendere brothers. But later on in life, you took a different route where you turned to worship music and you became chilled vibes, which is why I was asking, what kind of a person are you? Because you would sound like the guy who thrives more in worship music than praise music. Is that the kind of direction that if the band had continued on, you would have also tried to steer the band to go?
Yeah, like when I was at the background, I then discovered, with my brothers, we used to do the more evangelistic music where we are talking about people coming to Jesus, and it was all in the line of praise, in the line of joy. But personally, now discovering myself at church, I used to be in AFM then. Those who know me back then, they knew that I was more of a worshiper at church, and I never really exposed that to anyone. I would just sing in church, dealing with the choir. That's when I learned to deal with the choir. I was a choir director for years, and and stuff like that. So when the time came for me to come out with that line of music, people would think it's something that just happened. No, I went through the process of but working on myself.
Right.
That's what happened.
So just take you back to the Mahendere brothers real quickly. Why did you disband?
Okay. Time happens. Time comes to define things and even to change things. When we started, remember, Mahendere brothers, we used to stay at the same place, same house, right? And then my brothers grew up, they matured, they got married, they moved out. I was left with Mishek, and he grew up, he got married, he moved out, and I was left alone. Then later on, I got married and I moved out.
Everybody's got a busy schedule, and you're like, Nini. They're like, we've got our schedules. So it was you left behind now.
Yes. So I also grew up, I got married, and so when things like that happen, everything, the whole setup changes. This person is now concentrating with this family, and this one is concentrating. Not to say we have a very bad blood. No, we are buddies.
You're brothers.
We are brothers. We are buddies for life.
Wow.
We are just the four of us.
So is there any possibility that we will ever get a reunion song or album if it's not pushing it?
I'm working on doing a live show or a live recording where we are having everyone, on that setup. But I also did a song with Amos, the one which is called Ndawerenga Makomborero on Getting Personal Go 3. It's a song that did well from 2017 and all. So I'm working on that.
Right.
we do something, maybe one song or so.
One will do the things.
Yeah, sure.
It'll get us through.
Yeah.
What was your experience like? Because after you left Mahendere Brothers, we then saw you in Pax Afro. What was that experience like? Because you've come from a family group where we can say, as a younger brother, you were probably sheltered. Now you are coming up in this group and you are getting to be seen and heard a lot more. You're in the spotlight. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that experience, I actually thank God for it. Where I think my experience was more like Moses' experience, where him being a deliverer, someone who's supposed to deliver the children of Israel from Egypt to the promised land. But he was kept, or he was trained by someone he was going to fight against. Not to say I'm supposed to fight against, but I'm saying I got to learn a lot when I was in Pax Afro, more than I had learned when I was in Mahendere Brothers, because I got to connect with people like one of my music mentor, Isaac Chirwa.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. That
He's
man.
amazing.
Wherever I go, I talk about him. I also was with what do you call this man? Gideon Zamimba is also one of my music mentors. So that setup made me to learn a lot. And I feel what I'm doing right now, if I had not gone through that process, I don't think I would be polished like I am. So it was just that part of life where you are exposed to. Do you know that I once played with Dino Mdondo?
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I once played with Andy Brown. I once played
You're
with...
part of the band?
Yeah.
What,
I once
there's
played
something we
with
don't know.
and then no. Oliver. I only with the great
Late
Oliver.
Oliver.
I only played once.
Okay. But you were part of Dino Mdondo's band. You were part of Andy Brown's band.
Yeah, I was a session. Sorry, I was a session artist.
Right.
There's also this guy who is the son who is singing these days. He used
Willem
to sing
Tite.
Willem Tite.
Yes.
Yeah, with Willem Tite, I was actually his band member.
Wow.
So imagine,
What a rich history.
I'm Dirmano Mvangeri, and my parents didn't know about that. I would
This was a
sneak
secret.
and I would go. That's the only time I had an experience in a nightclub or something, because I had never been there. But I ended up my guitar because I wanted to polish myself.
But Minister, I'm not supposed to something.
Never in my life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah.
It's okay. Like, sins can be forgiven. You can admit if you did.
No, I didn't.
You didn't ever.
I don't even know the taste
of alcohol.
No.
What about cigarettes?
Never.
Wow.
Yeah, never. No.
And the people that you were around, I mean, they used to enjoy life, and you'd see this. And I'm not saying they did it, but I'm saying the people that would come and enjoy life at the bands and so forth. You saw certain behavior, sort of certain trends. How did that help shape your character of the kind of musician that you want to be?
I'm grateful to God that I got to see it. You know, there are things that are termed as enjoying, and yet you see that people are wasting time. There are things that are termed as enjoying life, and yet people are destroying their lives. So I got to see some levels, you know, in life where you see this person, whatever he is valuing, it's not something that will build that person. So I interacted with them. What I would just go do, I would just do music. After that, I leave and nothing else. Yeah. And I'm grateful that I've learned a lot, that what you want to be in life, you have to work for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the group disbanded, we didn't hear much about you till you emerged as a pastor at UFIC. What were you doing in this time? Is this the time that you're saying that you were focusing on where you were working with the choirs, you were working behind the scenes, trying to discover the kind of person you wanted to be? Okay.
So when Pax Afro closed, I think that was my defining moment. That was the time I went into hiding. I got into a serious prayer life. I was mainly alone. I believe that was the time when Minister was birthed. I didn't have friends. I would just be in prayer, or I'm doing something and I'm in prayer. I was so lonely, and that is the time when most of the songs that you are hearing now were birthed.
Such as?
Hallelujah. That was the time.
And it's playing in the background. Let me just play it real quickly. Now, if you're going to ask me of my favorite Minister Michael Mahendere song, I've got two, Kudzai Mwari and Hallelujah. Those two songs are my favorite songs. I'm happy to hear that you wrote this during the period where you were trying to discover yourself, or self-discovery.
Yes.
So you spent a lot of time in solitude. You spent a lot of time in prayer, worship, meditation.
Yeah. And until the right time came. In 2003, that's when I met with my spiritual father, Prophet Emmanuel Mahendere. And he gave me one principle, one word that really changed my life.
Which is?
He said, "Say, I see something cooking. There's something in the inside of you, but don't quickly come out of your eggshell before your time. Stay in there. Don't quickly come out and you want to be known that I do this. No, relax. In your eggshell. Grow in your eggshell. When your growth cracks and breaks the eggshell, you are strong enough to face any criticism. Don't quickly come out of your eggshell before your time, because you'll be scorched by criticism, you'll be scorched by the sun, and you die before your time.
Yes, and you quit.
Yeah, you'll quit. So I kept those words, and I believe that was the season that I was in. I was just in that hiding until Makanaga Jeso. And that song was
big.
Great.
It was massive. 2016, 2017.
The only song that was in charts for a full year.
Wow.
I'm telling you, for a full year, the song was in gospel charts.
All right, so let's talk about that. You're working with choirs.
Yeah.
Then UFIC, I always get it wrong. UFIC
yes.
choir.
Yes.
Right. UFI, because I thought it was UFICC choir. UFIC choir was birthed. This is a choir with so many members, including band members. How many are there?
We are 1,000. 1,000 members. Then if you bring everyone from different branches, then we are talking of, I don't know.
How do you manage?
I'm part of the leadership. We are headed by Psalmist Hubert C, and we have worshiper Larry Gunda as well. We have Pastor Alex Gunda as well, and I'm part of the team. So we have just delegated duties. You deal with this, you deal with this, you deal with this, and it's been amazing. I think God gave us the capacity to work it out.
But working with talents can be taxing. You've done it. You worked with your brothers. You worked in Pax Afro, Egos, and so forth. You've seen it in the industry. How do you manage 1,000 artists, vocalists? How do you arrange them? Where to stand? Hit the high notes, learn the lyrics. How do you manage this?
Yeah, like I said, it's been a process. For me, I've done it before. Like when I was in AFM, I was dealing, of course, it was
smaller numbers,
50 people, yes. But that then taught me how to, even if you are singing Takawanda, I can tell you there's an ear that I have developed,
yes,
where I deal with voices, and I can tell that
it's coming from this section.
Yeah, it's coming from this part and all, and it's been a process though, and I think I've matured in that. 27 years actively in music.
Which brings me to my next question. How old are you?
Why? It's everywhere, you know.
27. I ain't a pen and paper. Okay, 27 minus.
You don't need to calculate. Let me tell you.
Minus.
This year I celebrated my 38th
birthday. Wow.
This year, yeah.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. You've been there for a very long time. Who writes the songs for UFIC choir?
We all do, like the pastors that I spoke about. Yes, we write songs, and there are other songwriters as well in the group. Yes.
Is this choir exclusive only to UFIC, or do you also perform at other churches or events?
We perform at other churches and events. We've been everywhere, but of course we are a church choir. Yes.
So you're a church choir, but do you also perform like a commercial church choir? Do you get payments for going to perform at churches?
Definitely.
It's a business.
No, we can't even discuss about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a business. It must be understood that
there is industry.
Yes.
There is business. There is ministry.
Right.
So everything feeds into the other. There is music industry in Zimbabwe, which we have to be business minded so that we continuously feed the industry.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's the ministry, which gives birth to the ministers.
Okay.
So don't try to lie to people that there is no in the business aspect of it. Me, I'm not going to be lying to people that I don't want money. I can't do that. It's not possible. How will I produce the next project if I don't have money?
Yes.
Yeah. So we need money. We do it for money. We do it for God. We do it for the industry.
Because you also need to survive. The Bible does talk about
my
empowering
gift.
yourself.
Yes, my gift has got to make me eat.
Look after you, exactly.
Yeah. If anyone has a problem with that, that person is a hypocrite. Yeah. They are sports people. It's their gift and they are getting
paid for it.
Yes. So music has got to make me get paid. Don't say there's a mari, there's a mari foot.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna throw you in the loop over here or under the bus and just ask you, Guti, when you look at the gospel industry in Zimbabwe, what do you think is what fails to get it to grow as much as it's supposed to do, or is it doing as well as it's supposed to?
First of all, there is this thing. I think it's I don't know, it's in our blood as Zimbabweans. We don't support each other. We have this pulling down syndrome. You know, this applies to everyone, musicians and even the people that support us. I feel we have done great. Okay, let's take it from the first generation. That's your Baba Manyeruke, your Jordan Chataika, your Brian Subalo. They did their part and they handed over to your Mahendere brothers and, you know, the Charambas,
the Pastor G's.
Pastor G's, yes. And now we have your what do you call it? Your Zimpraise, Minister Mahendere, Minister Elad, Janet Manyoa, Minister Tekshua. The list goes on. Yes. I feel there's been growth, and what is just needed is for us as musicians to, you know, to come together and support each other. I used to post other people's achievements, you know. And then I realized no one is posting mine. And I said, oh, let me stop. Okay. If only we could just come to that place where we are united as Nigerians, you know, and Ghanaians. When their fellow artist is releasing something, they all post, they all talk about it, you know. We are not supposed to compete, we are supposed to be competing in the global, which is bigger, you know. Yes. Nigerians are taking over because they are united like that. And
we've got very exceptionally good, amazing, world-class gospel musicians in the country.
Yes.
So you're saying, what is it? It comes down to, why are we not going on the same stage as Snatch?
Yes.
Why are we not being revered like Snatch?
Yes.
Yolanda Adams and all these people.
Yes. And also, we already have people that are recognized internationally.
Right.
But are we getting enough support from our own house? You know, some of the awards that I've gotten here, they are serious awards, and some of the places that I've ministered and performed with, including Snatch, I've been with her. We've ministered together. So I think we really have to also support globally the global aspect of it, so that we don't continuously pull each other down. But musically, we are doing well. What we just need is, let me say this, I believe they are listening. We need also corporates to support gospel music.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have enough support. We need Chamvary to play our songs, not just wait for Sunday. We also want enough airplay that, like, thank you all so much for playing our music. Even if it's not Sunday, you know. But we don't have enough airplay as gospel musicians.
Can I just say, people have been hitting me up all day, and even on the WhatsApp number when I announced that you were coming, they're like, wow, Chamvary untombozot kuna gospel. I'm like, what? But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It also comes down to all of us working collectively to make sure that gospel music is also well known, as big as well, because it starts here at home.
Sure, thank you.
All right. You've got one of the biggest songs that I think became the caller back ringtone for a lot of phone numbers.
Awesome.
What's the name of that song?
Momoyo. It's a song that we got an award for that. We are grateful.
An award for what?
For the most downloaded caller ringtone.
That song was big. And did you, out of all the songs that you've done, is this one of those songs that you knew were going to be a hit, or was it a surprise to you that it became a big hit?
It was a surprise, I tell you. It's a song that I never listened on the album, but I was shocked. I was like, oh. So serious. Yeah.
And so this song became very big. How did that make you feel? What do you think about this song made people fall in love with it?
I think the message. The time when the song came, and the message in the song, like, we are bound to be complaining all the time. But ukafungisisa if we are able to point out those things that imagine we are here. Look at the rate of death that was just there in winter. What made us to escape?
Even at the beginning of the year.
Imagine.
Yes.
Just to be alive. So I believe it's the message that we just say, don't have to forget what God is doing for us.
All right. We've got so many messages. DJ Minister, Minister Vataura Chokwadi Chandada. Money answers a lot of things. This is Lee Mujoa from Melbourne. From Northern Cape, we have a message that's saying, Minister, I love all your music. It lifts my soul. Mike from Glenora says, Minister anondigonera, ma songs avo, anondipinza munyasha, mwari ngavape njere nemaziso emweya. I love your song, Minister inonzi mumoyo. In the background. But before we open up the phone lines on 498-652 and 498-654, just want a quick reminder, this is brought to us by NMB Bank, and we want you to forget the month-end blues with NMB Connect bill payments. Pay your rent, clothing, account, funeral policies, or insurance from the comfort of your home. It's instant and you get to share or save your digitally stamped receipts. More freedom with your money. NMB Connect offers you a solution to pay your utility bills from wherever you are without waiting in a queue. Save time and money by instantly paying bills for yourself, friends, or family on the NMB Connect app, short code *241# or NMB Connect online. Smart banking on bill payments. NMB Connect, your digital bank. So let's open up the phone line 0242 498-654 and 498-652. Get in touch right now and speak to Minister Michael Mahendere. We have him in the studio. All right. What is the, if you could be curator of Zimbabwean music, right? Mm-hmm. You are the one who's in charge of fixing it for maybe a year. What would you fix? You said we're not supporting of each other, kubatana, right? Mm-hmm. What would you add?
I would advocate for support from the government, where we get to have our music protected from piracy. It's sort of robbing, this generation, whereby we don't have music protected.
Right.
And also would look into having enough funding for equipment for us to use. Do you know what we go through, to bring out a production like the spore in the live recording? We go through a lot, But I would feel if there is a pocket that supports that for your musicians, where you know that these musicians are representing the nation. They are also doing a great job in bringing happiness in your people, in the people of Zimbabwe. I would say we have to have that system.
All right.
Very strong, and the production will change and everything will shift.
All right. Let's go on to the line right now. Power FM, hello.
Hello, Chamvary.
Hi, what's your name and where are you calling from?
It's my...
All right, please remove your phone from speaker. We can't hear you and we're running out of time. We lost her. Power FM, hello.
Hello, hi, Chamvary.
How are you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Maikisha, I'm calling from Water.
All right, Maikisha, go ahead and speak to Minister.
Minister Makadi.
Tiripo makadi yenyu? Oh, sebukira. Bukira, it's a shoot. There's that branch budari green, like a tender shoot. Sebukira, it's deep shona.
Yeah, because Power FM, hello.
Hi, Chamvary.
Hi, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is William. I'm calling me from Blawayo. Yes. I'm just blessed to hear the minister besides today. Awesome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, we thank you so much. We thank you so much, Minister. Please keep up going forward. How hard it is, keep on going.
I appreciate. We'll keep on going.
All right. What would it take if someone wants to be mentored by Minister and maybe join the UFIC choir?
UFIC choir is the church choir. You can just be part of the church. Mentorship, that one. I think you have to be serious if you want mentorship. Some of the things that you get from me, it's something that I got for over a long period of time. You don't just want to throw something and then no one is using it. But the door is open. You have to qualify for it. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Minister, for coming through to the program. We do apologize to our listeners. I know you wanted more time, but we're delayed in starting. But before you go, just last words to your fans, the listeners and potential supporters.
Getting Personal God 4 is coming. We are launching on the 4th of December.
2 days after my birthday, okay.
And the single is coming on the 2nd of November. We are releasing a song called Zvaringana is part of the project.
Wow.
So get ready for that. And continue getting personal God.
We thank you so much. Your social media pages real quickly before we go.
Minister Michael Mahendere Facebook page, Minister Mahendere Instagram, Minister Mike Mahendere on Twitter.
Thank you so much, Minister, for coming through.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yay! Thank you so much for coming, Bibi. Thank you so much as well for being with us. We will be back again next week on Tuesday.
This has been Center Stage with